Hi, I'm Clinton from eGrabber, and with us today is Dean DaCosta. Dean has an amazing 70% engagement rate with passive candidates on LinkedIn, and he's showing off one of his 4 messages that get him that 70% rate. Welcome aboard, Dean, and what do you have for us today?
Oh, thank you for having me. So this specific template that you see in front of us right now is one of my favorites, and it's the one that allowed me to get a 70% response rate out of LinkedIn. The idea behind this template is not to go right into this, I've got a job for you and all that kind of stuff, which is pretty typical for recruiters. This is more about things like trying to get through to their ego and basically saying, I just want to discuss with you. You're an expert in this area. You're the best of the best, and I have to find these people and talk to them, and I'd like to learn from you. And like I said, I get a huge response rate on this. Out of the 70% that actually respond, about 68 to 75% of those actually want to talk to me and are willing to talk to me right away. Others talk to me a little bit later, but in the end, they all connect with me. And if you remember correctly from our from the webinar, you know, you come out of this with a win if they want to talk to you, if they know people who are interested, or if they connect with you, or all three. This template here is one of the best ways because you're not telling them you want to hire them. You're not telling them that you want to talk to them about a job. You're just telling them you're the best, I want to learn from the best, and I appreciate a little bit of your time. Now, of course, along with this, remembering you have to have a good LinkedIn profile. These people are going to check you out. So the better your profile, the more connections you have, the more likely they're going to respond saying yes. And of course, make sure your full signature block is there with ways to contact you, and make sure you are CAN-SPAM compliant. But this specific one, outstanding. I used it at a company and got great response rate. All right, so this specific email template is one that I use when I am talking to someone who might be looking, might not be looking, and seems to have is very focused on a specific type of job. Again, I like the first one. I talk about that I'm impressed with the background. I tell them who I am, tell them what the company is, and that we were recognized in some way, shape, or form, so they understand, you know, who we are a little better. And then I go into about a number of exciting opportunities. I don't specify a specific one there because I'm going to try to pull them in a little bit. This is a soft sell, very, very soft sell. And like I said, it works best with those who are looking, but it doesn't feel like they're hardcore looking. And I like to connect a video or something to them about the specific job or about our company or something like that, because I think it's important that they know the information they want. This is a very soft, like I said, a very soft sell. This is usually working best with people who are kind of looking, and you're basically saying, hey, let's talk, and let's, you know, we got some things, let's talk, let's, stuff like that. We're not getting into we have a specific job or we have anything, just let's talk and everything like that. And that's what this one is for. I've used this on I like using this on LinkedIn for the people who say they're open to opportunities, but you don't really know for a fact that they are because they don't update their profile a lot, or for older resumes on job boards, or resumes you see out there on the internet where they haven't updated in a while. This is kind of what I like to do. I kind of like to be the soft sell approach to them because Lord knows they get enough of the we have a job for you, we need to talk now and stuff like that. And so that's what this is for. Always followed up with it's always followed up with a call or something if I have access to their contact information. I usually get about 60% return rate on this email. Out of that, it's probably 50-50 on people who want to talk compared to people who don't. But inevitably, I almost always get people connecting with me, and that's usually a good thing. This is my semi-hard sell template. It's not the hardcore, we have a job, we want you now, but semi-hard. This is the ones I like to use for people who, yes, you know for a fact they're looking, but you also know for a fact that they're really good, and it's a niche area. And basically, what you're doing here is you're being cognizant of them. You're making it about them rather than interrupt you at work with a phone call. I thought it would be better if I sent you an email. You're being polite. A lot of recruiters call first. I don't, and as I said, that's not the way I recommend it because of cell phones and work and everything like that. But a lot of people do it anyway, and this is being cognizant of their time. Your name, your company, a little bit about us, and then you make it about the fact that you're not going to, it's not the typical thing. I'm not selling you a job. I want to talk to you about your career, about where you want to go, what you want to do. And that's what this is for. This is one of my best ones. This one here, with the target audience that I target, usually gets about an 80% reply rate. And usually around 80% of those people that reply want to talk to me. And, of course, connecting with me. To be honest with you, if I remember my numbers correctly, we're about 98% of people connect with me. Even if they don't reply, they still connect, which is fantastic. So that's what this is about. This is about being cognizant of them. In today's market, you got to make it as much about the candidate as you can because that's really what it's about. And yes, you do see a little bit of R or stuff like that, but it's still a lot about them. One thing here, and we use the word we, but if you really read it, it's not about us, it's about them. We found your name through many hours of research. Well, we're making it clear, hey, we worked hard to find your name. Wow, they worked that hard just to find me? That's getting back to the ego thing. But it's a different type of ego thing. This is a good message, gets great results. This email template is the short, sweet, to the point, I have a job for you. But it's not like most of the others. I'll give you an example. I got an email last week and basically said, are you interested in this job? Here's a job. Contact me. First of all, really bad because I have no idea who the person was. I mean, their signature line was there, otherwise I wouldn't have known. Second of all, they didn't tell me how they found me. And more importantly than all that, I am not a Ruby on Rails developer, and it's obvious from my LinkedIn profile. So they didn't pay attention to my LinkedIn profile. And that's something I will warn everybody of. Don't start sending resumes and not know who you're sending them to and what they do. Because if you send the wrong email to the wrong person and it doesn't match what they do, or it's not at least close, the feedback isn't going to be pretty. And like I said before, candidates talk. This one is a company name, is a leader in the industry. We're seeking an experienced, and then the title at whatever the location is. I've read your profile. You are clearly an expert. We're still doing the ego thing. You are clearly an expert. If you're looking for a business with growth potential, feel free to contact me and discuss as we can help you achieve your career goal. It's all about them. All about them. Your signature block here is going to be your name, contact info, the link to the job board, LinkedIn profile, all that good neat stuff. This is the short and sweet email. I use this for people who there's no doubt in my mind they're looking for a job. No doubt. Definitely looking for a job. And this gets really good results again because I make it about them. And that's what you need to remember. In today's world where there are so many jobs and not enough people, you need to make it about them. Why should they spend time to talk to you? Why should they do something? It doesn't mean you can't use the words I, we, us, but you got to use it in the right way so that's used actually as a compliment to them. I have read your profile and you are clearly an expert. Yeah, I read it, but you're the expert. I mean, that's company. That's feeding their ego, and that's what you need to accomplish. And that's the same thing I'm saying throughout all 4 of the mails I've talked about. It's a common thread. Make it more about them. This is the quick, painless, soft approach, and it works fantastic. I want to say my results are usually around 62 to 70%. And in this case, I'm only talking about people who reply and want to talk. I'm not even talking about people who don't reply. People who connect with me, I wouldn't know for sure because I get so many connections requests a day. It would be hard for me to tell for sure, but I'd be willing to bet you it's pretty high as well. Great, quick, painless email. And what's good about this particular email is with a simple modification to it. This could be made into a 2- or 3-part text message to somebody. When you're texting a potential candidate, you don't want to make text so long that it takes them forever to read it. So sometimes doing it in sets of 2 or 3 text messages is really good. And this one, it would be simple to do because it's only 4 or 5 lines.